In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Whither may I go from thy Spirit? Or whither may I flee from thy face? If I ascend into the heaven, thou art there. If I lie down with the dead, thou art present. If I lay hold of the wings of the dawn, if I dwell in the farthest part of the sea, even there shall thy hand lead me, and thy right hand shall hold me. We come to the great question of what do we mean when we say God is all present? A beautiful psalm to reflect on in these days is that of 138, 139. A beautiful reflection upon God's loving, tender care for his creation, as he never abandons us and is always there and is always present. But what do we mean when we say God is all present? Firstly, he is all present. He is everywhere by his power. Think of it. He is in charge of governing the harmony of the universe, the harmony of the spheres, of our globe, of nature, of all creation. Someone has to be in charge to coordinate, to organize the seasons, the tides, the distance of the planets, gravity, which is a constant, the constant laws of nature, which didn't just happen by chance. But God maintains this and he sustains this by his power. Secondly, he is present by his presence. Nothing is hidden from him. Knowing himself, he knows all things. There is no detail, not even, one of the missing hairs up here as I go bald, as I grow older, that is not known to him. God knows all things. He's present to all things. And thirdly, he's present by his essence. Remember, God's essence is nature, is existence itself. The most common thing that everything has in common is the fact that we exist. So that everything is in the likeness of God in that sense, by the fact that it exists, because he's existence itself. So he's present to all that exists by keeping it in existence. Remember we said earlier, if God stopped thinking of us for 1 second, if he stopped loving us for 1 second, we would cease to exist. But God would not do that because that would imply a contradiction. He created everything good, and he is goodness itself. So he's going to keep it in existence because he is the cause of all that is. He is goodness, truth, beauty itself, who is all present to us. And it's simply unavoidable. We can't get away from God. There's no place we could hide. Because if there's no God, there's no us. If there's no us, there can still be God. There still always will be God. But nothing comes from nothing. Nothing ever could. Everything comes from something or someone who is the God who blesses you in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Let us bless the Lord. Thanks be to God.